Hello and welcome back to the LocksOTD Podcast. This is episode number 54. I'm here with Zach. We got little MLB and PGA locks today. Um, I'll start off with some MLB premium. Three-star for today will be Yankees money line minus 145. They're playing the Twins. Kind of shitty Twins this from the deadline on, but this last month and a half of baseball is especially big. If you're the New York Yankees sitting in the last wild card spot, with the Red Hot Guardians 1 game back and the Rangers only 3.5 games back, uh, and the Yankees are only 1 game behind the Sox. So the Yankees need a win or at least take a series every time they play. So I think them going against these bottom of the league teams, which the Twins are now one of those teams. At the start of the season, they didn't look terrible on paper. Just pitching wasn't great, and hits weren't hitting when they need to be. Like they weren't scoring runs when they need to be. And deadline happened. Twins organization said, you know what? We're gonna clean house, and they got rid of 18 out of the 26-man roster. They got rid of 18 of their guys, and they said, "See ya." That's tough. That's tough here on the Twins because I mean they had a solid team and they basically just said, you know what, see you later. We're gonna keep Joe Ryan and Byron Buxton. Like that's literally pretty much all they kept. And like, of course, they're gonna win some games. Like they'll win a couple more games here at the last like month and a half. But like Yankees, uh, they need these games like more than anything else. They beat them yesterday 9-1. I think it's gonna be the same thing today. Uh, Minus 145 is a great line for the Yankees, especially going against these Twins. The Twins are just garbage. So lock that in. Yankees 3-star, minus 145. Zach will take you with a 2-star.
So the two-star, we're going to keep it in the state of New York. We're going Mets minus 1.5 at a plus 110. Very similar to our Yankees pick here. We just kind of switched leagues. Mets are in the same boat. Started off red hot, kind of fell apart a little bit. Here they are holding the last wild card spot in the National League, where you have the team like Cincinnati, who's red hot, only 2 games behind them. Don't count out the Cardinals. Cardinals are only 4 games back. Mets played a pretty easy schedule to start the year and then kind of started to fall off. But they're facing a team in the Braves who have just had the worst injury luck probably all year. Their entire starting five from the beginning of the year is on the 60-day injured list. And the only other guy that stayed, Spencer Strider, has almost a 5 ERA now, and he's just having an off year. And their lineup isn't bad. They just can't seem to put it together. So I mean, tonight you're seeing Carlos Carrasco pitch for them, who pitched for the Yankees at the beginning of the year, who's 2-6 with over a 6 ERA. He's just a little bit older now and just hasn't really seemed to find it. He's been more of just a filler pitcher for these teams. And when you have a team like Atlanta, who's 17 games under 500, they're really just looking just for someone to eat up innings and just get them through the season. And I feel like this would be the perfect time as the Mets have struggled like crazy, that this would be a great time for them to get a couple wins. And, they have Daniel Peterson on the mound going into tonight's game, who's been solid all year, 7-2 with a 2.9 ERA. And I think this is the Mets' time to really grab a couple games. Like you said, they have no choice. Like with the Yankees, they have to win these series going here on out. And they're playing these bad teams. They have to win these series if they want to stay in the wild card and compete for a playoff spot at the end of the year. If you ask a Mets fan right now, they'll tell you that the season's over. Season ain't over. You're still in a playoff spot. You're still competing. You have to do everything you can to secure a series win and get a win here tonight against a team that you should definitely beat. So, my opinion, that's minus 1.5, and it's plus money against a pitcher like Carrasco who's been struggling. Not bad. So we'll go Mets minus 1.5 plus 110 as the two-star.
Love that. And I noticed yesterday, Raves put up like 6 runs. It's like that's the game the Braves should have won yesterday. Like
Mm-hmm.
they should have won that game, and they missed out on their opportunity. So I love that little minus 1.5 pick for the Mets. But moving on to little PGA locks. This week we will have the second round of the FedEx Cup playoffs, where the top 50 players will be taking on the BMW Championship at Caves Valley Golf Club to fight their way to the top 30, which will put them into the Tour Championship. at East Lake, and the winner of East Lake gets $25 million. So these guys, they want to fucking be there. I'm gonna go with the top 20 this week again. Last week missed the top 20 by one shot, missed the top 10 for Harry Hall by three shots. Very close. We almost had another crazy week, but Zach gave you a nice little cash of Tommy Fleetwood. Poor guy.
Paycheck man. Yeah, paycheck man got paid. Got a
Poor,
nice payday.
poor man.
Right. I was kind of pulling for him when I saw it, and I was like, oh, I was like, the week I take this guy to make it, he's actually going to win a tournament, and then it just sadly went downhill. But
I
hey,
just knew it, man. But by the
he
15th hole, he falls apart. This is what
I mean, he
happens.
made he made a nice 1.2 million,
Yeah,
so
oh,
it's
Mr.
nothing
Second
crazy.
Place, dude. Mr.
Yeah.
Second Place.
But I will say that Mr. Harry Hall gave us just a bad beat because he was tied for 18th and he bogeyed the last hole and it put him in 23rd or 24th. So
Yeah.
he would have hit one of those top 20s. But he did that pretty much every round he played. If you looked at his stats, it was like he would have three or four birdies in a row and then have three or four bogeys in a row. I was
Yeah.
like, damn, it wasn't like a 1-1-1. It was like, oh God, he looks great. And then it's like, whoa, what happened? And
Even
that's
on
exactly what he
even
did.
on Saturday, he was in solo 12th through 16 holes on Saturday. And on the
Mm,
17th, he bogeys, puts him in like 18th, tied 18th. Then he on 18, he double bogeys. I'm like,
double,
what are
yeah.
you doing? And he puts him in like tied 30th. I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like you just blew everything right there. And he started off Sunday good, and then it just went right down to the shitter. I was like, dude, what the hell? But back to this week, little BMW championship. Top 20. I'm gonna go with Chris Gotterup. He's a minus 115. Obviously only 50 there's only 50 players here, so basically only gotta get like the top 50% here. But Gotterup, he's been very solid. Second half of the season, winning the Scottish Open and placing third in the Open. Uh, he's placed in the top 20 8 times this year, and six of those top 20s have been within the last 3 months. So he's really found something in his game recently, which has led him towards winning the Scottish Open and obviously placing third at the Open. He's starting to make a name for himself. A couple weeks ago at the 3M, he finished tied 10th, but didn't shoot a single round over 70. So he was fucking dialed, shooting 60s all week. And then last week at the St. Jude Championship, where he finished 54th, he only managed to have one round in the 60s. So he went from shooting 60s every single day to barely shooting a 60. Like he shot a 66, which is still fucking very good, but uh, to be posting, it was like 72, 73, 70, 66. Like to me, I see like he's progressively gotten better. Like maybe he wasn't comfortable at that course, wasn't prepared, and like just didn't really know the course. And then he got comfortable by the time the weekend rolled around and started draining some birdies and moved himself up on that leaderboard. I kind of think that won't happen this week. I think he's going to come out firing, shoot a couple 60s on Thursday and Friday, put himself high up on that leaderboard, and just coast on through to next week, where he can possibly have one of the biggest paydays of his life. But yeah, once again, there's only 50% of the golfers he just got to beat. Not like a regular tour event where he's got to go out there and beat 150 golfers. Like no, there's only 50 golfers in this event, so I think the odds are way too good. So Chris Gotterup, top 20 minus 115. That's a 3-star for PGA. Zach will give you it two.
So for the 2-star, it's going to be Matthew Fitzpatrick minus 110 at for the 2-star base. I mean, up for a top 20. Sorry, that's what I was going to say. I lost train of thought there. But yeah, top 20, Matthew Fitzpatrick minus 110. But we went with him a couple of weeks ago for the Rocket Classic for a top 20 finish, and he hit that for us. And I'll tell you, since pretty much the Travelers, which was right before, he's been pretty dialed in. Because after that Rocket Classic, he finished tied for fourth in the Scottish Open. He was tied for fourth in the Open. Then he finishes tied for eighth in the Wyndham Championship. And then last week he looked good up until the last couple holes, but he still finished tied for 30th and shot 4 under. But he was right near another top 20 spot. So I mean, I remember we mentioned that, for that Rocket Classic, that it was pretty much like a tune-up for him with the Scottish Open and the Open coming up, and he's been fantastic ever since. And I think this is another good chance for him, like we said, top 20, and I think a minus 110 is a really good line here. And I know he's playing against one like the top 50 golfers currently on the tour, but like you said, 20 out of 50, he's only got to make, 40%. He's only got to beat X amount of people. So, I mean, with the way he's been playing, I really like this line. And I think Matthew Fitzpatrick's going to stay hot. He's going to be in the top 20 again this week because, like you said, then after this, it's the top 30. So 20 guys don't make it. So he's got to at least place 30. So the odds he places at least top 20 are pretty high. So I like our odds here. We're going to run with it.
Oh yeah, love that. Got anything else to add?
Should be everything for the pod today.
Yeah, MLB's been cooking. Get those locks in. Gotta
Mhm.
get them in. It's way too hot to not bet them. So, um, we'll see you guys next week, probably on Wednesday. Get those bets in and have a great day. Peace.